Welcome to our afternoon session of We Are the World.
Hi, hello, I'm Joe. Actually, I'm the co-founder of We Are the World. Well, the next gentleman is Professor Mike. Everybody know him well. Actually, he is very famous South professor. In past 40 years, I think everybody know him.
The Swiss and the German has been doing that 18 years ago. 80 years ago, we are talking about specifically precursor or progenitor stem cells. So it's important to understand if we have 400 over different types of stem cells to reverse aging, why just give only one? You need the mesenchymal cells to do the stimulation. They go to the membrane of the cells, they will do a stimulation. But to reach the nucleus of the cells, that is only where regeneration is possible. All the 400 over different types of cells have a different blueprints. You don't have the same proteins, you don't have the same amino acids, the same molecules. All the cells have different molecules. So don't expect A to treat a B, C, D, E, F, G. A, you need an A1 disease to treat. B6 will be for B6 disease. Z10 will be for Z10. So it's important to understand this principle of target organ specific and targeted brain specific. So I always say longevity depends on the extension of health span. Exactly like what the few professors have been saying. What's the point of living long when you're lying in bed? What is the health span of Asian today? The health span of Asian today is around 75 averagely. The health span of Caucasian is around 65. That's why you have the professor from Tsinghua who say, it looks like the Orientals are younger than the Caucasian because the health span, 65 and 75. Can we extend the health span? For the last 20 years, health span remains at 75. But lifespan or longevity has extended 3 times for the last 50 years. So it's high time for us to understand we have to extend the health span. You need the stem cells, you need TCM, you need all kinds of integrative medicine to extend the health span. And we talk about body, mind, and soul. So you need happiness. What's the point of having all the billions in your bank account when you don't have good health? So good health is also an essence of happiness. If you look at the blue zones, there are 7 blue zones in the world. What is the happiness ingredient in all of them? Everyone is happy and they live among the community. It wasn't just within your immediate family. There are 7 blue zones in the world. I believe there will be more to come. So this is how I will look at it and how I will answer it. I believe we can reverse aging very much. And we have to do that. Thank you.
Professor Michael Yao. Know him as a senior big guy from US FDA. Is a regulation maker. Yeah, thank you so much. Professor Yao 他是个专家，让他刚刚听完之后，他有一个什么的一个 comment， 或者一个看法，让他也给个意见。
All right, thanks, Joe. You always trust me. I think longevity medicine is not a new concept for to the public. From a FDA position, many years ago, we tried to find regulatory science that including eligibility criteria and a clinic study in the point to measure, some kind of a product for the longevity. That actually is unsuccessful because we think we try to use that traditional trial design idea. So we have to have someone, third party, to evaluate the clinical study point. If that drug or device or something works, so the evaluator already died, the subject is still living. So I think for this standpoint, we think that to measure clinical study in the point from regulatory science. At this standpoint, we think there's a way we find it. So that is surrogate in the point. We probably can measure some genetic biomarker, measure some kind of like a surrogate marker from a different longevity medicine, there is a curve called longevity escape. I think this interesting curve, actually there's a lot of factor effect of lifespan, such as social pressure, psychological pressure, and also epidemic effect by using Western medicine, traditional medicine, and other alternative medicine to measure this. So I think we need to use multiple methods to manage our life. I agree Dr. Michael Chen mentioned that. This is a multiple factor effect over body systems. Mitochondrial medicine, he mentioned that concept. This is the first time I heard that from this meeting. So I think it's very, very important. So we're probably going to discover something in that area for all.
I'm from School of Chinese Medicine, Chinese University of Hong Kong, CUHK.
中文大学中医学院的院长林志寿教授。
Thank you, Joe. Today actually we talk about longevity and also, of course, a lot of chronic neurodegenerative disease. These, of course, nowadays is great burden for the older population. Yesterday, actually, I went to Dr. Mike Chen's lecture for 2 hours. I learned a lot. Certainly, I mean, to replace the organ actually is a huge, very huge task. If you can really change the cell instead of the whole organ, I think this is a very smart idea. I think it could be durable. Although I'm really new to that area, I cannot have too much comment on that. But one thing I want to really, from the bystander point of view, is that how to really demonstrate and prove that your treatment is effective. And through the evidence-based medicine, I think if you can really demonstrate by injecting the unipotent stem cell into the organ, and then you really make the organ new or maybe regrow again. I think that would be fantastic, certainly. But having said that, I think for the majority of the population, we still rely on, I think, our ancient wisdom. As demonstrated in TCM, a lot of grandmaster before. For example, in the Tang Dynasty, we have a physician called Sun Simiao. And he actually has already shown us how to really live a long life. He actually lived to 140 years old, according to record. And certainly, so there are ways we can really practice day to day in order to prolong our healthy life. And certainly, if you can really have a good nutrition, and of course you do regular exercise, and then of course you have a peace of mind, as just mentioned by Professor Wong. I think this is all very, very important. So just try to deflect yourself from a lot of stress and burdens through your life. Certainly it can really enhance our immune system. In that case, we can fight disease better. Of course, we have a better chance. I can only say we have a better chance to live a longer life. We cannot really guarantee that each and every one of us can really live a longer life. So longevity is still a possibility, but it really depends on what we do. Also, what our genetic blueprint really is. I think these are actually, we need to put a lot of things together in order to achieve longevity. Now, in terms of some chronic neurodegenerative disease, of course, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, as mentioned many times by Dr. Chen yesterday. And this actually is really a big burden. Even we live a very long life. So what if we really we had AD, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, or Parkinson's disease, then we don't have a good quality of life, and then I think the longevity actually is really without much value. So how to really prevent us from getting Alzheimer's disease? I think there are a lot of evidence there that human behaviors can really can change the natural history of the disease development. Because we usually have some sort of mild cognitive impairment at the age of something like 60, 70, as I might just say before. At the age of 60, we probably have 1 in 4 for dementia, and then etc. But if we can really do exercise, and of course we can really we use our brain wisely. For example, in Hong Kong, people, elder people, they usually play the mahjong, etc. I think that can be helpful. A lot of other things as well, like Tai Chi, yoga, etc. certainly can help. So longevity is a possibility, but it's really only by doing correct thing so that we can achieve that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We also know him well, Dr. Claude, right?
Claude Chauchard.
Oh, yes.
French.
Senior advisor for Princess Diana, right?
Yes, I am from the University of Montpellier of Medicine. Actually, in the oldest university of medicine in the world. This university exists since 1161. So it's a very famous university. I'm a specialist of aging management and longevity medicine. Things going to happen in the next few years. Number one is the stem cells. So we believe that the stem cells is going to be already booming, but going to be more precise because we have now different kinds of stem cells. We have the natural killer, we have the muse cells, we have any kind of embryo stem cells, we have the water jelly stem cells. We have different stem cells. Stem cells cannot do all the work. You need also internal medicine to be working with the stem cells treatment. Is what I say is a total aging management. And then beside the stem cells, I see the gene therapy will be something very new. Like now we are able to cut the DNA, the scissors, and then to replace the gene disease. That's going to be the future. And another future is the peptide. The peptide treatment. Now, for example, now the only one example of the peptide, the very famous peptide, everybody knows because this peptide is very famous. The name is tirzepatide. So combining genes, stem cells, peptide, and the traditional aging management and the hormone replacement is still something very important. Because, for example, myself, I am under the hormone replacement already more than 40 years, including the growth hormone and the testosterone. And this is why today I am the oldest of everyone because I'm 80 years old. So, and I still behave like a 50 years old man. So this is why I'm